Hello guys, in this video I'm just going to showcase you 3 exact metrics, features and the steps that you need to take to reduce your churn just by using the data that you already have, right? This is mainly for software tech companies, which is focused on product usage metrics. Now, why you should listen to me? Well, we collectively scaled and helped companies, as you can say, way over 10 million in pure profit revenue just by using their data and turning their data into actionable insights and creating custom analytical solutions, dashboards, and so on. We created so many solutions, dashboards, and implement so many data analytical infrastructures for the companies so they're able to scale just by using the data they have. And our goal for this video is just to help companies to scale with the data, turning their data from raw to analytics so they're able to make better data-driven decisions and so on. Here are some of the examples. Here are some of the solutions, testimonials that we've done. Here's another one. Populated 8+ million. This is one of the key KPIs that we are able to generate from one of our clients, which is I got very excited when I heard that, right? That we are able to contribute because we are able to help them scale actually close to 0 all the way to plus 8 million. Now, here are some of the real life examples how to do that. Now, here at Stella, we work with a company similar that we noticed that they had a big problem with the churn, that people would sign up but they wouldn't use that product and they would just turn out, right? There was no any engagement. The biggest fun thing was the onboarding steps, utilizing the key onboarding features, onboarding video, and so on. After that, we uncovered the key thing. At the start, they were just tracking things like churn rate. After that, we noticed that the people who used their onboarding features and watched the onboarding video stayed 40, 50, 60% longer than anybody else, right? That's one of the key reasons we were able to decrease the churn from 15 all the way to 6, now currently way more, just by utilizing this specific concept, right? Which I'm going to go in a second. Now, for Slack, an example, they had a big problem of similar as we had when we dealt with that specific tech company, but in here they would sign them up and their usage would decline over time. The biggest problem the biggest thing they done is they segmented those people into power users, casual users, and the inactive users. They noticed that the teams that didn't use Slack, the channels and the communications features, didn't stick too long and they were at risk, right? And also the ones that they didn't use core features, as let's say they didn't use it at the morning, if they were on an enterprise plan as the companies, they wouldn't stick long on the specific platform, right? And at around 500k ARR, 1 million ARR, they got investment. I think it was their seed round or Series A even, or something like that. And their engagement skyrocketed. Their engagement was used by their platform was used certain key features multiple hours a day, as similar as now big companies using it. And fast forward a couple of years, they are a $3.32 billion company in ARR, revenue. And this is two examples of how data can actually grow your company for free, literally for free. Now, where should you start? You should start at the onboarding, because if you don't nail this, the user won't even get to that specific value feature that you are actually trying them to get, right? Meaning you need to understand where are your current onboarding steps and what needs to happen so they're able to be completed, right? Either that be key features, either like watching a YouTube video in the onboarding, utilizing their FAQ page and so on, educating the prospect, right? You're able to track metrics as percentages of users who started at the onboarding and who ended it. What's the conversion rate between those percentages who completed the onboarding after the 24 hours? Of course, you will replace that by your current understanding. If you have a complex product, it will take much more longer. I understand that. If your onboarding is much more longer, it will take longer as well. Now, and this will tell you how many of them actually complete the onboarding, because if they don't, they will probably be confused and they won't even continue. They will just stop using it at the onboarding. They will log in and they will log off, right? And the next thing is to uncover the value features. These are the features that if they don't take or use, they will churn immediately, meaning your actual value of the product, either that be your core feature or the features that you're using overall, the value they actually bought the product at the start. And you need to utilize and see how they are being used, right? Now I understand that multiple products have multiple features, but this will play a big role. So you're able to understand which one you should focus on and which one you should not focus on, and where the pitfalls happen, and so on. How to uncover that? You utilize dropping adoption funnel. Now, this will help you to track the adoption of each metric, either that's being used or not, high or low adoption, identify leaks, as I said, identify the pitfalls where the drop-off happens, and knowing in which direction you're going, meaning if certain features are getting more and more usage and constant usage, you can play around with certain strategies to increase or maintain that. Now, here in the 4 stages, the 4 stages are exposed, activate, used, and used again, as you can see here. Here's how it looks like. The first start is exposed, which means basically they are on the page, they are exposed to the feature, meaning if the feature is a button, they have to first be on that specific page where they can see the button, right? Meaning this is not, if they cannot see the page, they cannot even use the feature, right? So you need to make sure you're using the exposed. In this example, it's a logical tracking, true or false. Either they are on the page or they're not. In this example, let's say from 1200, 12 November cohort just means that how many people created an account in the November, and exposed, they got exposed around 450. That's around 37%, right? Now, activated means basically how many of them actually activated the feature, right? Either that they clicked on it or something else, right? You need to utilize Segment. Yeah, Segment is a tool that basically tracks events, like you're close to real-time data, especially utilized for this kind of scenarios. So you're able to get that data in a historical manner, right? And capture it inside of your data warehouse. And you're able to make data-driven decisions and actually visualize it inside of the dashboards. Now, this is the same. Basically, activate this can be, let's say they clicked on the button, they scrolled, whatever it is, right? It opened, a new page was opened, something like that. The new dropdown was open, etc., whatever it was, right? And activated because they're still not using it, but they are close to it. And as you can see here down below in the picture, it says that okay, from 300 of out of 4,500, that's around 67%, okay, 25% from the overall. And then used meaning that the feature was used at least once, right? You need to also clearly define what the used means. Either that be they stayed longer because the customer can just open it by mistake. Also, if the feature doesn't require any specific action, you need to skip these steps, right? If from the user it doesn't require any specific action, you need to skip it because that just doesn't make sense to track it. Now, in tracking terms, if they used it once, it counts. If they didn't, it doesn't count. In this example, from 60 out of 30, that's around 16%, and that's around 5% from 1200, which you can see that there is a big drop off, like very big, which could potentially see you a pitfall. You can see a bottleneck. Used again, that basically means if they're using it more than once, right, they're coming back. This will tell you if the feature is high value, because there's a high engagement, as in the Slack example above. That means that they are using it, and they will stay longer because it's providing them and feeding them with value on a consistent daily basis, right? Okay, high impact feature. Now, results, as you can see here from this example, this is actually real data. This is not fake. We actually use this example. Very similar. I think the only difference was it wasn't 1200 cohort. It was a little bit different. That's the thing. But the conversion rates are very similar that we used. And as you can see, the biggest problem is between the activated and used stage. This and this, meaning they activated and they used actually the feature. And this can indicate either the wrong UX, like a complicated UX, they don't know how to use it, maybe even not knowing how to use it, maybe wrong, maybe some type of technical issue or bugs, or very hard to navigate. The exposed, now here are some of the results that it will tell you. Let's say if the exposed is very low, that might tell you that the onboarding or communication of that specific page to access the feature or UI design is very complicated and they're not even aware of. Low activation rates, often they do not also the complex UI or unclear messaging. Okay, you should simplify, okay, put that feature in front of them as seamless as possible. Low usage rates, they're not finding enough value in that specific feature. And low retention rates, they don't see any longer term value, right? It might be one-time feature or maybe might be just like you need to uncover more better educational resources to use it and so on. Now, also mistakes to avoid, you need to segment every single thing here by feature, by job title, by role, by geographic, etc. and so on, so you're able to determine really where the key users are. Maybe some type of segments just are not made for your product or your service. Not defining success, like each step has to be clearly defined, and that's basically it. Yeah. Now customer retention. Now the goal here is to see after you get the value, after you see the cover the key usage metrics, again the features that are actually going to be being used, and they're above certain KPI that you set. You'll need to see if they still receive the value down the line, a longer term retention to be able to see. Because even if the solution, the feature is constantly in engagement, is high usage, is used constantly again, you also need to see if down the line, weeks, months later, are they going to stick out. And key thing is to track cohorts, retention, so you're able to see how that's going, right? If you're able to see, as you can see, the goal is to make sure that I think the best way to visualize this is so your retention flattens out right down the line, meaning you of course at the start it will be like going down, but then at the certain stage you should flatten out, because that means they are constantly getting the value and they are receiving basically they're receiving a value and they're going to keep paying and using your product. That's basically the goal, right? And that's why you should also track customer retention. The tech stack, basically this is the tech stack that you need to utilize. Product data, utilize segments, so you're able to get the event data, product data. From the product data, your data source utilize Fivetran if you don't have ETL off-the-shelf solutions available. You can utilize building by custom Python script, but it will require maintenance. But Fivetran has also a free plan. I think it was around 500k rows for free, which is more than enough if you're just starting out. Data storage, BigQuery if you're utilizing any other data platform like AVS, Redshift, ClickHouse, whatever it be, Snowflake, it doesn't really matter. BigQuery if you're just starting out, the most easiest solution that you can implement, and the data visualization piece to visualize all of this data inside of the dashboard solutions. For your product churn metrics is Power BI or Tableau. You can utilize Looker, but I think the basic capability is going to get with Power BI or Tableau. It really doesn't matter at the end. Summarize, start with the onboarding to see if they are actually onboarding correctly, if they are utilizing every correct metrics that have to be onboarded. Value features, uncover the value features that should be utilized. Uncover that are the most use, that are having the most engagement on, and providing the most value, and you're able to uncover the pitfalls and bottlenecks there as well. And of course customer retention, so you're able to see if they're actually seeing from those features longer term value to actually stay on the product, because if they're not seeing it, you actually need to improve the product, the usage of the certain metrics in the step number 2. And this is basically a quick video, of course, and at the end, of course, visualize all of this data inside of the custom analytical solutions dashboards, so like this, for your whole team, for marketing, sales, finance, and etc. So you're able to make better data-driven decisions. Now, if you don't want to go through hassle to building this infrastructure, building custom analytical solutions dashboards, and turning your raw data to actual insights to drive increase retention, you can book a call with our exploration team, and we'll be glad to help you. If you have any questions, you can drop down below in a comment, and you can also click down below a link to have more resources to read and check it out.